three mistakes that I see entrepreneurs making all the time. What are they? That's what I want to talk about today. People talk about the biggest mistakes and all that sort of stuff. In my opinion, that is an opinion. So I think talking about the biggest is tough, but I think there's three key ones that I'd like to really quickly touch on today about what I see when I'm out there dealing with entrepreneurs on a daily basis. And I think the first one, which will resonate as an accountant with my clients as well as a wider network, is cash flow. I think many entrepreneurs underestimate cash flow. I think there's that for two reasons. Number one, they underestimate cash flow in the perspective of not drawing every single penny out of that bank account and then planning for any future liabilities, therefore they run out of cash. Or on the flip side, they invest significantly heavily into the trading of the operation, but they don't invest into the operations and the admin and the actual kind of getting that product or service out there. So again, they invest heavily in marketing, business development, and salespeople, and we have this over trading piece where they've got a significant amount of sales, significant amount of revenue, but they've got zero margin, or they can't deliver on orders, they lose orders, and that then affects cash flow. So I think there's two key factors there that entrepreneurs really need to be careful of, is not spending too much on yourself or on drawing cash out, but on the flip side, not spending too much on trying to win work, actually spending it sufficiently across the business in order to really be able to sustain that growth. And a key stat I'm sure we're all aware of, that 50% of small businesses will fail after 5 years. So that's also really important, I think. Secondly, and I've talked about this with a few people recently, is know your end game. And sounds obvious, and when I give you this analogy in a second, it will sound even more obvious, but if I say to you that tonight I'm going to drive to Bristol, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in my car, and assuming I don't know how to get to Bristol, I'm going to type in my sat nav Bristol, and my car will tell me where I need to go. But the only way my car can tell me where I need to go is if I tell it where I want to go. And I think that's a really key one, is many entrepreneurs don't have an end game. They're sold a dream on how amazing it will be to run a business, how they can make loads of money, or how they can do X, Y, and Z. But actually, what do you want? And that what do you want doesn't have to be millions. It doesn't even have to be thousands. It can be whatever you want it to be. It can be a little side hustle if that's what you want it to be. What is your end game? What happens at the end? What point do you decide that you move on to the next thing, or you've reached where you want to reach to? And I think that's a really important one, because a lot of people will say, well, I don't know what my end game is, I just want to keep going and keep going. But if you've got nothing to look for, then how can you possibly keep going? Because what are you keeping going for? And then lastly, again, our tech focus here at Nephos, so I'd be a fool not to talk about it, but not leveraging technology. I think it's really important, especially in 2020, especially in a COVID pandemic era. You need to leverage technology for a few reasons, and one of those is obviously so you can continue working if you can't go into the office, but also using technology will save you as an entrepreneur a significant amount of time. And I'm talking basics here. Using Receipt Bank to scan your receipts, that's much quicker than typing them up manually. Using Xero to help produce your account and do your VAT return, again, significantly quicker. Can you use the likes of Pleo, which we love here at Nephos, for your expenses, where you use a prepaid card, you buy what you need to buy and you scan the receipt. Or the likes of Revolut for banking, or CRM systems out there that can help you run your pipeline, or manage your contacts and things like that. So I think leveraging technology is really, really important. And believe me, I'm one for new technology. I love new technology, but I won't talk about using tech for the sake of using tech. But there's some huge quick wins that you can have with technology if you're an entrepreneur, and I would highly recommend from very early days of running your business that you look to invest in some kind of technology to help you to leverage your skills. So I hope that was helpful, guys, and hit me up in the comments with your thoughts as always and questions. Thank you.